Aaron Whitlow,
Brandon Spivey,
and we are the Markout Movie Podcasters.
Wow.
I'm excited because tonight I'm going to see Scream.
It's a Scream, baby.
I'm glad you didn't drool.
I've been drooling all week. What are you talking about?
But in today's episode, we are going to be reviewing Captain America: The First Avenger, 2011. We're going through Marvel, and we're doing it in chronological order. My idea.
Totally his idea. I would have started with Iron Man.
We're not doing that. We're doing it in the order in which the story goes. So I like that. But before we get into that, we will not give spoilers of Scream 5, aka
just I've already been promised not to.
I haven't watched it. I hadn't really watched any trailers other than the first one. No spoilers will be shared. But we're going to discuss because Brandon went back this past week and watched the series.
Yeah, everything. I watched everything. Yeah,
except for the show.
I would never watch past season 2 ever again, as far as the show goes. But
Solo who? Hey guys, it's Bilford. Why are you changing your name so much? Are you like on the run? Just a question. But hey, Bilford, glad for you to join us.
Thank you for joining.
Your thoughts on Scream? So Scream 1, we start with that real quick.
In my opinion, I have to state, my opinion,
go ahead,
is the best slasher film ever made. In my
I would agree. I actually will say that Scream surpasses Halloween as the definitive slasher film because it did it so great. Like I had fun going back watching the Halloween series as we did. It wasn't as much fun until we got to the later ones for me. I loved them, but still, but Scream, just the whole ride, man.
It's a ride.
It was fun,
beginning to end.
Yeah,
and I love every entry. Even the third one, I love it. I don't care what anyone says. I love the Scooby-Doo nature of it.
Brian Plumley says was not a fan of the show either. So he wasn't a fan of the Scream show either.
I like the first 2 seasons, but that third season, it sucks.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
See what he says. What happened last week? Oh, we had snow here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. That's what happened, right?
That's exactly what happened.
We had snow. We had snow.
I didn't leave the house.
Yeah.
So
because the roads were treacherous. And hey, spoiler, we're supposed to get snow this week. 13 inches. 12 inches of snow. So that's gonna be fun. Oh, somebody's calling Brandon. It's probably his cable guy. Cable guy. Y'all took a day off just because of snow. That's the only reason.
Who got cable today?
This guy. No, you got internet.
Who gets cable? I mean, really?
Matthew Broderick.
He still gets cable?
Probably. I mean, he is in cable.
And he does get a lifetime free.
What's it called, Cable Guy?
It was called the Cable Guy.
Yeah. But anyway, I digress. Scream. So, the best for those, I don't know who all hasn't seen any of Scream. If you haven't seen it, man, you should watch it. I hate to give the spoilers of who the killers is in the first one, but
come on. I mean,
it's been 27 years.
Almost 30
years. 30 years.
Yeah, 96. Yeah, 26 years. You're right.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking of the years, but yeah, come on. I mean, you can't go into this Scream not seeing the first one because there's going to be some callbacks to the first one.
It sounded like my dog.
Yeah, it did sound like a dog.
It's up to you.
It's up to me. Well, yeah. I'll be nice.
He's gonna let my dog in.
I'll let the dog in.
But yeah.
Who let the and out?
Don't do that.
Come on in.
You got it. There's a whole thing of look. You shutting jackets in the door.
I'm shutting jackets.
There you go, Brandon. I always gotta look and make sure he's not gonna break the door. That's like those are real fears.
Oh, dogs! I thought the dog jumped on the chair as soon as I sat, and I got so scared.
Brandon thought he killed the dog. But all right,
I thought it became Ben Stiller, and there's something about Mary.
All right, so all right, real quick, because we're gonna try to get to the heart of the show. But Scream 1, clearly, looking back at it, could you tell that Billy Loomis and
Billy,
Stu,
yes, Billy's obvious.
Like, but did you see the eye contact between the two and the way they kind of like played off of the whole? I heard they put his her kidney in the mailbox or something like that. Just like the way that, and he's like, and he kept telling him like, shut up, or no, that's not true. Just kind of, because Stu was like, he's such a fanboy of Billy. It seems like he was so hilarious. Matthew Lillard
steals that movie.
Yeah, he does.
Steals everything. He says, but him and Jamie Kennedy.
My mom's gonna be so mad at me.
I know. I love that scene. Him and Jamie Kennedy.
He throws a phone at him. He said, "It's so funny." You remember that? He throws the phone. He said, "How you dick?" It's so funny. Yeah, you're right. He steals it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, man. If you haven't seen the first one, well, we kind of just told you who the killers were. So
hopefully you've seen the first.
It's 26. I mean, I can't imagine anyone going to see Scream tonight or last night hadn't seen the previous films.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't fathom it. But if you haven't, why are you seeing the fifth movie without seeing the others? That's the real mystery.
Well,
I know
I can blame the fact that the title. That's what I was gonna say. So the title alone, if you don't know that, you've never been aware of Scream, and you go and see it thinking that this is the first one, then it's like going to see Halloween 2018. If you went and seen that movie thinking that is the first time I'm seeing Michael Myers, then you were mistaken, and you might not understand the backstory, because they don't really flash back in that film to like the first film. They mention it, and you see some of her battle wounds and stuff over it, but in this one, but what Scream does so well is they call back all the movies. I think the only thing in the fourth one, they didn't really mention the third one so much. It's almost as if they wanted to forget the third one ever even existed.
Yeah, because it does get a lot of hate.
How did you feel about the third one?
I can't pick which one's my favorite sequel. I really can't. I think I like them equally the
same.
I
love too. Because I like Oliphant. Timothy Oliphant.
I get upset with the sequel though, because it kills Randy, and then
that's the biggest bummer in the sequels that
they still have not, in my opinion, replaced him. And
I thought that they were going to do it with the fourth one, because I really wanted the cheerleader. I call it the cheerleader. You know what I'm talking about? From
still.
I would hope so, because we didn't technically. I don't want to spoil this, but we didn't technically see her die.
No, you didn't.
And
that's the theory that she's. They have not spoiled anything though, like in the trailers.
Look, because she was a perfect for me replacement for Randy. I felt she had the spirit of Randy, like her love for horror.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm down for it. I'm down for save the cheerleader, save the world. So that's how I feel. You get the reference, right? Heroes. Okay, just wondering if nobody's seen Heroes, they don't know what I'm talking about.
I haven't seen it, but
every time I see her, that's who I think about. I think about that in Nashville, because she's in Nashville.
You know what I think of? Until Dawn, the video game, because she's in that.
Oh, really?
She's the final girl.
Oh, we have Bill Dozer experience. Go Bengals, who dey?
Why you got question marks?
I don't know. I don't know. Is that what y'all do?
Actually, it is what I do. Yeah. Go Bengals. I'm hoping they do win. I have a really good feeling they will. They'll snap this curse of losing.
Hayden Panettiere, yeah. Panettiere, yeah. Yeah, I like her. Save the cheerleader, save the world, man.
She was in Heroes, I'm assuming.
Yes. Oh my gosh, she was in. Well, she's not in Heroes. Everybody's in Heroes. Heroes was a great show. First season of Heroes was a great show. I think it kind of goes down in the second and third. I think it has like 3 or 4 seasons. Yeah. It goes down.
The reboot, Reborn. I think.
I didn't know they existed.
It only got 1 season.
No, of course it did. But
because you didn't watch.
Yeah, but
you didn't follow through.
What would so ultimately your thoughts on
Screams, the franchise?
The franchise, excluding the shows.
Well, I mean, you gotta exclude the show because the show is not connected. It's just not connected.
I don't know. I didn't really watch them.
No, it's not. But I do love Noah. Noah was Randy.
I agree. Her husband would kill all three of us. So, yep.
But
Heroes was a victim of 2008 writer's strike. You're right. It was. Oh yeah, it's true. I forgot about the writer's strike. Well, go ahead.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. I might get some flack over it. I don't care because it is my opinion. Scream, best horror franchise of all time.
I mean, I can't argue with you. I can't argue with you in the sense of
it's not my favorite, but
they don't have. There's not really a. You would say the weakest entry would be the third.
That's what most people say.
But except for you, obviously, because you don't.
I love it. People. I love it myself.
But all four so far has been good. Like I had fun. Like I said, going back and watching all four of them, and I wasn't at all bored.
Every single film in the franchise, and I can't.
Even the fourth one and its fake, its faux openings. Faux deaths and stuff like that, and there's all what's that movie they got? Slash? What's that movie called? Stab, yeah, Stab.
There's 7 stabs.
Stab 7. But yeah. Anyway, we'll go ahead and get to the heart of what we are talking about today, which is Captain America and the first Avenger. He is the first Avenger. I'm checking my Facebook, make sure there's no more messages, which there was not so far. Brian Plumley, thank you for that shout out earlier. Captain America. I don't have to give a synopsis. I'm going to tell you, it's about a guy who goes off to fight in World War II. But while he signs up, he gets recruited to be an experimental soldier for the United States. And he becomes Captain America. But the thing is, even though he blows up and becomes this big mega, he already had that type of heart in him to begin with.
Yeah.
It just amplified who he was inside. Starring Chris Evans. I didn't want to miss Mr. Chris Evans, Haley Atwell. Is that how you say her name? Atwell. Is Peggy Carter, which she also had her own little spinoff show. Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes, and then there's Stanley Tucci, Hugo Weaving, Dominic Cooper, who is great as Preacher. If you've never seen the show Preacher, he's excellent. And then Tommy Lee Jones.
I can't forget Tommy either.
Then who you said? Derek Luke. Derek Luke is in this. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not know. I should say I didn't remember him being in this movie, and I was like, well, I hadn't seen him since 2011.
Yeah, Derek Luke at one point was popping. He was in everything.
Yeah.
Like I think with Antoine Fisher, and then like you start seeing him in a few things, but I don't.
Biker Boys with Lawrence Fishburne.
I hadn't really seen him in anything lately. Yeah.
After that,
like I'm trying to think of what's the last film I seen him in.
Because he shouldn't have done a Fast and Furious ripoff.
Nobody should have done a Fast and Furious ripoff. Let's see. Solos Locks. Best horror franchise is The Conjuring for me.
Okay, I'm so confused.
What?
Like you got Solo Locks and you got Bulldozer.
Bulldozer, two different people. Bulldozer, buddy of mine.
I guess I missed some of the
WKY days representing Mr.
What was the Conjuring question?
He said no. Statement. Yeah, Bilford says that the best horror franchise to him is The Conjuring. You have nothing to say?
I mean, I like The Conjuring.
It's no Scream, but it's not bad.
I mean, for Supernatural,
it doesn't have all great entries though. Like Scream, to me, Scream has all great entries. I don't think Conjuring does. Like I hated The Devil Made Me Do It. I thought it was terrible.
Like I really enjoyed that, but the first Annabelle is.
Would you consider it The Conjuring though? It's not really technically
The Conjuring universe.
It's just okay. Okay.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Okay. Well, you have the numbers for Captain America.
It's got a 6.9 out of 10 on IMDb. It's got a 66% on Metacritic, 85% on Google, and it's got an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes with a 74%
certified
audience
fresh
score. It is certified fresh, yes.
Good.
I don't consider Annabelle part of it.
You gotta bite your crotch, dog. Yes.
Well, we really are going to live. There's something about Mary later, aren't we?
but yeah, all right. So Captain America: First Avenger. You know the biggest complaint I have about this movie is
I'm all ears.
When Steve Rogers, before he gets his captain body, like the weird head disproportion. So for me, it's so disproportionate. The only other way time I've seen something like that is later on, whenever you've seen Bruce Banner inside the Iron Man Hulk suit, and he opens his thing. Oh yeah, you're in trouble now, and my friends is here, something like that. You know, I always thought his head looked like it's kind of floating. It doesn't really look connected, and that's how I felt about. Chris Evans or Steve Rogers before he became captain in this movie. That's my biggest gripe. But it doesn't take away because obviously, when he becomes captain, it changes.
It changes, yes.
It changes for the better.
Well, I mean, yeah, Dallin got bothered by his head once. It was actually when he was laying down. They were about to do the procedure.
When he was like, yeah,
and you could really tell the head was overly.
It's overly sized.
Yeah,
it's like disproportionate to his body.
But like when he was walking with the body,
yeah,
I was fine with it. I didn't see no issues. But when he was laying down in that one scene, I was like, man, you can tell it's not there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it comes out for the better. Chris Evans, his whole body, he got in really good shape for this movie.
Do you feel like Peggy Carter already had a thing for him before he got his his captain body?
Yeah, I think it started with respect, and because she sees this kid basically.
They got fight. He's the only one that jumped on the grenade. It was a faux grenade, but he jumped on it. It just shows you the type of character he has, and I love that him and Bucky are best friends. Like, and it seems like Bucky, like they could have played this. Like Sebastian Stan could have played it so differently. He could have been like almost a prick, and or even jealous of him once he became captain. But he never showed that. He was always like. Like his cheerleader, his buddy, and I like that, like that they had that camaraderie between one another, that they're truly friends,
Yeah.
I love that. You ain't got nothing to say, man?
I mean,
we're talking about friendship. You my friend, you ain't got nothing to say about that?
I mean, it's a good thing. It's a great thing. Yeah, I just, I don't know what you really want me to say.
Say anything, Brandon. I feel like
I felt no,
John
you're
Cusack
right.
over here. No, say anything.
I felt they were truly friends. They were great friends. They were their biggest cheerleaders, I would say, both of them. And I do feel that there was jealousy though from Steve that he couldn't go to war.
Yeah,
in the beginning.
Like, did he lie to get in? Like, what? I didn't catch that.
What? Bucky?
No, Steve. Steve lied to get into the military.
No, the doctor saw the conversation.
Oh yeah, and he allowed him to get in.
He just gravitated towards him. It was like
Stanley Mother Tucci. Stanley Tucci. What do you think about Stanley? Do you like Stanley as a character actor?
Yeah.
Stanley Tucci.
I just don't. I think he's well respected with his peers, but I think for most people don't have a clue who he is.
Are you more of a Stanley Tucci guy or a Joey Pants guy?
Who?
Joey Pantalones.
Oh, that guy.
Joey Pants.
See, when you said pants, I was like,
yeah, we call him Joey Pants. You don't like him being called Joey Pants? You're gonna be making the noise. We gotta get you out.
I'm gonna go Joey.
I like Joey. I mean,
I
go back to Goonies with Joey. So.
Goonies, The Matrix, Bad Boys.
Bad Boys, yeah, he's great. He's the worst thing about the last film is, what I feel. It's the worst thing about the last film in the Bad Boys film. Just a bad idea, bad mistake. Why'd you do that? Keep Joe.
I don't mind the death. I just felt like the ending.
It wasn't just like he totally forgave this man for shooting his boss. It's like,
but not just his boss. It was like a father to him, and I get it. It's your kid, but you don't know this kid.
No, you really don't.
So
he's still a murderer.
Yeah. But I gotta go, Joey.
But yeah, Stanley Tucci though is pretty good in this film. He's in it for a short period of time. But Chris and Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones is perfect as a general or colonel or whatever in any film that he's in.
Tommy's usually perfect.
Tommy's always on point. He said,
"I'm not going to Batman Forever." He's usually on point.
So you would not forgive him for Two-Face?
I mean, I don't hate him in the role as some people do, but you can easily tell that he's trying to keep up with Jim Carrey, and you
can't keep up with Jim.
You can't outperform Jim. Not when Jim wants to perform. Like if it's his mission, you're done. The only person I can honestly say that it's come close to just keeping up with him is Jeff Daniels. And that's a testament to Jeff Daniels, acting ability. And comedic timing. And
see, Jeff, and I know we done kind of jumped over, but Jeff in Dumb and Dumber, he was so effortless.
Yeah.
And maybe it's maybe hurt him career-wise because he played it so well that it's hard for me to take him in anything else and not see him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I feel like all right, so when I first seen Jeff Daniels, it was, I don't know, arachnophobia, maybe.
I saw that later in life.
Yeah, but then later, I seen not Liar, but Dumb and Dumber. But he's just such a good job.
What'd you see first, Dumb and Dumber or Speed? Same year.
I'll probably seen Dumb and Dumber before I seen Speed, because I think that when I seen I don't remember, because I remember seeing. I think I want to say I seen Dumb and Dumber first and then Speed, because when I seen him in Speed, my first thought is, oh, he is in Dumb and Dumber. That was my first thought. That's the guy? I didn't know his name at the time. That's the guy from Dumb and Dumber. Oh no, they killed him. That's what my thoughts was. If you hadn't seen that, no spoilers. It's Speed. It's like 40 years old. No, it's like 30 something. It's like, it's almost 40. It's almost 40. Speed is almost 40.
Put Keanu on the map, though.
I would say Matrix put him on the map.
That was before Matrix.
Yeah, but Matrix really put him on. Speed put him there, but he wasn't there. His Matrix there.
You think he would have got Matrix?
Thrusted him.
If it wasn't for Speed.
Matrix thrusted him.
Well, see, I think there was a little speed bump for Point Break.
Because they wanted Will Smith. They wanted Will. They didn't want Keanu.
Yeah, if you got Will, you wouldn't have had the Matrix. You wouldn't have got the sequels you got.
They should have did that for this new Matrix movie. They should cast Will Smith as like a joke. That'd been hilarious. Anyway, Captain America. So let's talk about this movie, man.
Well, let's talk about it, Aaron.
What is the moment that kind of stood out to you? What'd you think about that? Oh, did you notice Peggy Carter touched his pet?
Yeah, I saw that.
And I think that was all. I think it was ad-lib. I think she like she's an actress, just did it, but it made it to the. It's funny. It's subtle, but it's funny. It's just because you can see her looking at it.
Yeah, but the whole time. To answer your question though, the moment rewatching it, the moment that stood with me is actually the line, "I can do this all day." I didn't really pick up on that. That's where this line started. Like
it started in the alley when he got beat up.
Yeah, I can do this all day. I was like, okay, I get it more now.
How did you, man?
But I've only seen it like once.
This was your second time seeing
it? Yeah, so I only saw it like 2011. Did you
not like it then?
I loved it.
Okay, cool.
But I just don't usually go back and watch the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Because there's so many of them.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of them. But anyway.
And he's making me watch them. I try to throw in some little other properties, but he's not going to let me.
Like what?
Like Spider-Man.
No, not Toby. Like Tom Holland Spider-Man. Yeah, I'll allow because Tom. Well,
But
I see what
technically,
you're saying. Aha.
but
He's
I
not
really wouldn't
wrong.
want to go back and watch
He's
the
not
Amazing
wrong.
Spider-Man.
You're not wrong.
I know.
You're not wrong.
I know.
Because it's now. You can't say. You can't say. You can't say that it's not a part of it because it is. It's now totally a part of it. But then everything is opened up. Like if we like,
it's
because it's wide open. Like we got
I mean, if the
Can I say
rumors,
we got Daredevil? Well, we got Daredevil. We got. Well, I said it. Like,
well, it's really gonna be opened up after Doctor Strange's movie if the rumors are true. Yeah. Oh my god!
I don't know how true this is, and I'm going to talk about this real quick. I don't know how true this is, and maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But I think it's hilarious if they do this. I keep seeing memes of Tom Cruise as Iron Man, and I was like, I'm actually here for it. I'm okay with it because that's like I love the idea of casting the people that were supposed to be him in alternate, like that they was going for the role. I love that. I love that concept, and this is wide
open. I can tell you who's not all for it. A bunch of Cruise haters.
Yeah, hey,
I posted it.
I used to be a Cruise hater, but now I'm okay. I'm okay with Cruise.
And this girl I know, Randy, she's like, if they do this, I lose respect for Marvel.
Everything is wide open. Venom in the MCU now. Yeah, well,
kind of.
Well,
not the Venom we know.
Yeah, yeah. Like once again, I love to see. I can't wait to see like Deadpool starting to kind of creep into some Marvel stuff. I can't wait to see. I would love to see Wolverine. I want to see Hugh Jackman Wolverine.
The rumors they offered him a cameo. They offered Ben Affleck to show up as Daredevil. I mean,
I'm down for it.
Tom Jane is the Punisher. I mean, they thought who's ever played whoever.
See,
just make a cameo.
And it's because of No Way Home. It just opened it up, and because you can
even offer Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider.
I'm okay with
that. I will mark out for.
I'm okay with it. Like literally, like because like, and we're gonna get back to Captain America, but who Brandon, who thought in there? I've never thought in my lifetime that I would see Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire sharing the screen. Spider-Man together at the same time.
I don't think anyone could have called that. I mean, they would do the multiverse. And I actually think it's due to the animated film. I don't think that was the plan until they saw how big that was.
Yeah. Hats off to the Spider-Verse, man. It rocked it. Superman in MCU, they mentioned his name in Eternals. Yeah, we already have a version of that.
And he's coming back.
We pretty much have a...
That was the spoiler that social media spoiled.
I didn't know, but
I didn't know who it was?
No, I didn't pay attention to the post. Thank you, Brandon. You did what you do.
But I didn't do
it. You did it for me.
And Paul Feige, that's his name, right? That's his last name, Feige?
He's
very upset about it.
The dude from Game of Thrones.
He's very upset about it, that it's been spoiled. But, it is what it is.
I was trying to see if we got no comments.
No comments.
Anyway, so what do you think about? So this is the first film where we introduced the Hydra.
Oh yeah.
And Hydra, like you would think at first it was like a subsect of the Nazis, but they I don't even think they hold to the Nazi ideology. I think that they are on a totally different type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like they I don't think that they feel like anyone like any specific race is inferior. I think they think that everyone that is not Hydra is inferior, no matter who you are.
I agree.
So, but I love the the guy that killed himself with the tooth capsule.
Yeah, I like the gentleman did that in the last film. Like same thing.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about this?
The new one.
Are you ruining something?
It is what I do.
Well,
I mean, it wasn't like a big character or anything.
Okay.
I'm not saying who it is.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, they did it. And so that scene, watching it last night, kind of reminded me of the latest Gentleman movie. But it is what they do.
You know,
like spies that get caught, especially like, foreign spies.
I have an issue with this movie too.
You got an issue?
Yeah, another thing I'm just thinking about. So Howard Stark, played by Dominique Cooper, who's great, right? But still, all right.
What's the problem?
So Howard Stark
Yeah.
is a young man in 1945 or so when the movie probably takes place, right? With the World War II. But if you look at, they want me to believe that this is the same guy that seemingly isn't that much older when you get to, like, say, Endgame.
He's not alive in Endgame though.
No. Like, remember when they go back to the past?
You talking Civil War?
No. They go back in Endgame. Endgame, you don't remember them going?
Oh yeah, vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, and Tony has a whole conversation.
More of the Civil War about the death scene. And
Tony has a whole conversation with him.
Yeah, but he's old though.
He's not that. Like, I don't think that his age.
And plus, Tony was like.
Well, maybe I don't know ages. You think that he would have been that?
If I was 41, 43, I would say he's in his late 20s.
Because he died, I would say, in the late 70s, early 80s. Is that what they're saying?
I want to say the 80s.
In the 80s, because they, so that you think that
he would have been about 60 something.
So about right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you think about him and Hank Pym were partners, and they were both fairly young.
Michael Douglas, I almost said Keaton. like so many people with the same names, character-wise and real life. Yeah, I know he's in his 70s. I would say he was at least in his 60s when he joined the MCU. As Hank, the character, was at least in his 60s because he's an old man at that point. So I don't know though. Like, yeah, I would say the age is about right.
All right, maybe it's just me because I always thought that it didn't make sense because, like, I was like, well, if he was like in his probably 20s or 30s, probably 30s, he was probably 20 or 30, but maybe 20s. He seemed like a young genius.
Yeah.
In this film, I was like, his whole personality shifted from that time to, like, he's not, because he's more Tony Stark like than he was later on, and other times you've seen him, he was more adult.
Yeah.
Maybe he settled down, but
it does happen.
Yeah, it's true. But nevertheless, I mean, I'm not speaking ill of Dominique Cooper. I think that he did a excellent job, and it didn't dawn on me until just now, like while we was doing this, that he was Preacher in the show Preacher. I'm like, because he did such a great job in Preacher, and it didn't dawn on me that that's the same guy.
I haven't seen.
Oh, it's excellent.
I mean, I've seen like the first.
I can say it's excellent. It wasn't bad. You seen it? You seen some of it though?
Some of it, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't get to finish it.
Yeah.
But I liked what I saw. I think maybe how many seasons did it go? Did it go 4 or 5?
I thought 3, but maybe more.
Oh.
I don't remember.
When did the Western Preacher come out? That's the last season I saw was his.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, well,
It's okay. It's okay. But it's just like little things I mentioned. And this guy, Toby Jones, Dr.
Toby's great.
Armin Zoa. Do you feel like he had issues with experimenting on people? Like, there's a few times that it seems like he was not really wanting to do that.
But I'm going to do it to stay alive.
Yeah, you got it.
Because he feared the one guy we haven't talked about yet. He feared Red Skull,
played by
Hugo Weaving, who
Mr. Anderson.
Yeah,
Miss Agent Smith.
Yeah. See, it's
all connected. Yeah, he's such a great villain.
He is.
Wasn't he even a villain in the Lord of the Rings, or was he a villain or villainous? Was he like an antagonist? He has a villainous face.
You would really have to ask someone that's
a Rings fan.
I've seen him once, and
I know he's in the movie.
Yeah, he's in them.
I don't know.
I don't think he's actually a villain. I just think he's
an asshole.
Yeah,
he's good at that.
He's got that face.
He has that face.
Yeah,
he has one of those faces there. You like smug, but yeah, he's so good as Red Skull. Yeah, Hugo, man. So, what did you think about him in this film?
Oh, I thought he was great. I thought when he was on screen, the movie felt bigger.
Did he feel like a villain?
Yeah, he felt like a great villain. I would say he's in my top 5.
Really?
MCU villains.
Interesting. Would Thanos be in there too?
Thanos is.
I
don't know if he's number 1.
I'd say Killmonger would be up there with me as well, because I thought he's a villain that, like, the reason why he's doing it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't really look at him as a villain, but Michael B. Jordan did great.
What about Shang-Chi's dad? Do you not?
I don't really consider him a villain.
But the reason, you completely understand why?
Yeah,
his mind.
And I love when you understand why they're doing it, and they're just not,
just villainous, be a bad guy, just be a bad guy. Yeah,
it makes the movie so much better.
Do you feel like what was Red Skull's motivation?
I think he just wanted to control the world, but it's Hugo Weaving. It's like William Dafoe playing Green Goblin. He's an evil guy, but he gets so
Hugo Weaving was the elves leader. Okay, thank you.
Was he?
I love Hugo Weaving.
Were they bad?
I don't know. You gotta let us know if he was bad. The dad in Hacksaw Ridge.
I haven't seen that.
I've never seen that. My number 1 villain was Hera, played by Cate Blanchett. In Ragnarok.
Yeah,
Ragnarok. She's good. Yeah,
she's a great actress though.
She's excellent. You got her in the movie. She's gonna give her all. She's so underrated as an actress.
I don't know if she's underrated,
but
she's an Oscar winner.
Yeah.
But
she, like literally,
anything,
she is. But
yeah, she is. I mean, there's like 2 films, I think.
Can you think about this fact? Let me go ahead. Go ahead. The movies. I don't want you to lose it. Go ahead.
the Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Mm-hmm. Her performance in that, and The Gift with Kiana,
that's what I was thinking.
Katie Holmes.
I think about The Gift.
And Greg Kinnear.
Yeah. But there's a did you think about this fact that Marvel movies has come so far that, at one point people would like, no, I don't want to do a superhero film or something like that. Then, it's kind of like on par with doing horror, for people. Like it's beneath me. I don't want to do it. But now you have Academy Award winning people like doing these, because I think the superhero film or the genre in itself has been elevated from, like, dare I say, the days of Superman and stuff. And I'm not downing Richard Donner and Superman and Christopher Reeves, because I think they did great, but still, that is the Superman movie in like 1980s, 1970s, late 70s, early 80s, don't feel like the movies we have today. And I think, honestly, the superhero movies that we have today is far superior than the movies that we had
when I was growing up. That could also be that people don't understand Superman. Like, a lot of people don't like him like they did back then. Like, he's too clean.
Too clean cut.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of feel that way about Captain America sometimes. I think people can feel that way.
Yeah, but for me, Captain America's on screen, MCU wise, he's my favorite to watch. I mean,
he's clearly the leader.
Yeah,
you always feel that Captain America is the leader.
But him and Iron Man butt heads.
Iron Man is like to the MCU what Wolverine was to like Fox, and in the X-Men, because like I would say, because Captain America was more of a Cyclops, although I love Captain America. I always hated Cyclops.
Really?
Yeah, I always thought Cyclops was boring.
Was it just because how James portrayed him, or they didn't really give him?
That too.
Well, I think the issue there,
and I've never got past him being Cyclops. No matter what he's in, James Marsden is always going to be Cyclops.
I don't think though that they gave him the right material.
You think if somebody else would have handled it, it could have been
like if he were.
I agree with that.
He's also rumored, I believe, to show up in the multiverse.
I'll be down with it though. I mean, like because you're right, because what they did with Halle Berry in those films.
Yeah, they never treated Cyclops really, right.
Halle Berry was terrible. Like the way that they
Storm.
did. Yeah, though, like what happens to a frog or a toad when it gets struck by lightning? Same as everything else. So dumb.
She didn't.
She had the accent, then she lost the accent.
I didn't have an issue with her in the X-Men movies, but I did have an issue with her
X2
in Catwoman.
X2 is great. X2 is excellent. I loved X2. The second film.
Yeah. I would say that
Nightcrawler was excellent addition.
The best until they went back and erased Part 3. The Days of Futures Past. I think that's probably...
That was great. That was very...
That's one with Kevin Bacon, right? Or is that... No, that's First Class.
It's First Class.
I thought that was really good, too.
He's a prototype of Magneto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Let's see. Old Superman costume makes me laugh with the red underoos. Yeah, well, Superman's outfit in itself, like even now, I think now, like if you think I'm thinking about, yeah, I agree. I guess I never even thought about that. Like, what's your boy?
Henry.
Yeah, Henry Cavill. Yeah, I never noticed that his outfit is now one whole outfit now versus the thing with the underwear. Like I never noticed that, but it's true. I never noticed that. I hadn't paid attention.
You haven't paid attention.
Yeah, but you gotta upgrade.
But I mean, I can't say anything about Superman though because
I'm a Superman fan. I'm a Superman mark though.
See, he's the one who really can talk to you about it. Yeah. But me personally, I've seen the original once, and then it's Lois and Lane, and that's all I've seen until Henry came around. So I really can't.
To answer your question,
what about Bruce?
All right, so Unbreakable. I don't like they try to make that a comic book, like, but in real, I remember watching Unbreakable in theaters when it came out back in the 90s. I think that Unbreakable. At first, I thought that he was going to be the green Arrow. I thought that that's who he was going to be, but it's because I remember comic book dudes I used to work with like, oh yeah, totally, this is who he is. I was like,
I just got a question when you say something like that. Did you think this was a DC movie when it was coming out?
I didn't know no difference then.
Well, I didn't either.
I didn't know no DC.
But
I didn't think about Marvel and DC being separate things back then. I used to watch movies just to watch movies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it didn't dawn on me.
I have to explain it to him. He's like, I don't get it.
but no, as far as Unbreakable, it's okay. It's not. I don't consider it a comic book film. I think it had elements, but I don't.
Do you consider any of them?
Unbreakable, Mr. Glass, or
I mean just the films itself, comic book films.
What are you talking about?
Like you got Unbreakable. What was the?
Oh, those films, Unbreakable, Mr. Glass, and then what's that one with the?
I can't remember.
Split.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I thought Split was more horror. It had a lot of horror elements. Although I love Split, I thought Split was better than the other two.
I would say Split's the best.
Yeah. Split was a. I love the twist. The best twist is that you don't know that it's a sequel to Unbreakable until like the end.
Shot.
You're like, oh, I was watching Unbreakable 2 the whole time and I didn't even know it. I love that. But then they messed up with Mr. Glass. You had me and you ruined it. M. Night. I don't trust. I haven't seen Ode, so I don't know if he got his mojo back or not.
I'm gonna go with a no on that. I'm gonna go with a big no. Not that the movie's terrible or anything. It's okay. It's just M. Night does what M. Night does. He'll get you. It's a very cool concept. By the end of the movie, you're like, I hate you. I just hate you.
M. Night.
You pulled an M. Night on me, M. Night.
You pulled an M. Night. Don't you summon me? No. All right, let's go ahead. So, Captain America, what you think about the fact that they create the super soldier and then they take him on the USO tours as like an actor.
Yeah.
Like and kids love Stop Go.
Kids loved him.
Here, will you let him out the room?
I'm letting him out. I'll let him in. Come on, let's see who let the dogs out.
Is there anybody in there?
Where?
Okay, never mind. He's back in there. I gotta pick this pillow up. Sorry about that. My dog is acting crazy. No, get that pillow for me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You the boss.
But anyway, all right. So, Charlie Horse on the live podcast. Oh shoot, we're gonna have to stop it.
You remember this?
I knew it was gonna happen.
You need to stand up. That's what you need to do. You need to walk out.
You gotta stop the podcast.
He wants me to stop the podcast.
So it's getting tighter.
I don't know how to stop the podcast.
All right, we love the movie. See you later.